My name is Dr. Jennifer Chain. I am the Science Officer for Cellular Therapies at the Oklahoma Blood Institute. Everything we collect here, whole blood, plasma, platelets, double red cells, that all goes first and foremost to treat patients in the hospital for transfusions and for therapies. And then anything that's left over or anything that can't go directly into a person, those things can be used for research, they can be used for product development, they can be used to develop therapies. And so what we do is we take, like, for example, the white blood cells that are left over from a whole blood donation, we can take the cells out of those and we can grow them in culture. We can do techniques to stimulate them and to study their properties. We can provide them to scientists who are doing those types of things. We also use what's called an LRS chamber, and that is the leftover white blood cells after a platelet donation. And the cells inside those LRS chambers are concentrated white blood cells, and so we can harvest those out of the LRS chamber and study those. You can study their properties, you can grow them in culture, you can count them, characterize them, and eventually we want to use those cells to develop cellular therapies. OBI started an initiative called BioLinked, and so anybody who comes into our donation facility is asked the question if they want to be involved in research. And if they click yes on a login screen, then they get a link sent to their email that allows them to enter information about their medical history, social history, anything that they want to volunteer as part of becoming a research donor. Because a researcher wants a certain type of donor, and we can query this database now that we have 5,000 people that are a part of it. We can query this database and find the right research donor for the right research scientists. And so that's one way to get involved in research in our community, is through BioLink. I have a project looking at stem cells from bone marrow, from cadaveric and living donor bone marrow. Next year, when the OCAS deadline comes up, I'm going to apply for an OCAS grant on one of my projects. Eventually we want to do an SBIR grant, a small business grant, once we have something in hand that can move more towards product development. I think what's really exciting about that ecosystem, the ecosystem of helping companies and helping scientists grow, it's not available in some other states, and so it's a really good network for scientists to get plugged into funding, both at the research level and at the product development level, and to get help in manufacturing and help in their product development. So I think Oklahoma is very fortunate to have this network to help grow its biotech industry.